In your study of multitasking, was there any attention, or has there been in anyone else's studies, to intention in the midst of multitasking, and how the role of intention might change how people function in a multitasking environment?
Yeah, terrific question. The answer is no. That really has not been given sufficient consideration. And of course, it ought to make all the difference in the world. You know, why am I doing this?
Exactly.
Why are we here? You know, it certainly feels very different to me if I am multitasking in the service of something that, I deeply resonate with in my values, than if it's something that I think is, going to eventually create more harm in the world. But it hasn't been investigated in that way. I think the reality is that in our day-to-day lives, not just in our interactions with current technology, there are demands on our ability to flexibly shift attention. So we may be very focused on some particular task and the baby cries, or the dog needs to go out, or your long-suffering spouse would like a little bit of attention. Those are important signals for the need to pliantly shift attention. So I think while we may often act as though our task in contemplative practice is really developing that single-pointed focus of mind, I think equally important is this pliancy of attention, this fluidity of attention, being able to move without grasping, without clinging to whatever it is that the situation requests. What is it that will be most skillful and most helpful right in this moment? And sometimes that means letting go of a focus and shifting to something else. So I want to leave you with a quotation from the 13th century by Ehe Dogen, a founding ancestor of the Soto tradition of Zen in which I practice and teach. Dogen said, "The self is time. Do not think that time merely flies away. If time merely flies away, you would be separated from time. Just actualize all time as all being. There is nothing extra. Vigorously abiding in each moment is the time being." Thank you very much.